Hi, my name is Dottie Korean Ashiru. Coming to you from Talk to Dot. Here I talk about domestic violence and exposing the narcissist. Today I'm just here to tell someone, don't blame yourself if you didn't know, because if you didn't know, you didn't know. But what's important is that you found out and you got out. So what's important is what you did when you found out. Now, I keep saying to people that ignorance will kill you. It isn't bliss. This is not the Matrix. If you are not aware of stuff, you will get yourself in a mess. And when you've got yourself in a mess and you find out and you come out, don't blame yourself because you did not know. I'll give you an example, right? Hey, Maya. Oh, this is my cat coming to say hello. Maya, come say hello. Hello. Sorry, guys, I just had to sort the cat out. By the way, the cat is the only narcissist that's allowed in my life. Don't just let me talk about cats and narcissism. Jokes there. Yes, so as I was saying, yeah, I'll give you an example, right? If you don't know, you don't know, so don't blame yourself, which is why you need to know. I think that's where I left off. So I'll give you an example. Once upon a time, yeah, in my past life, he brought this one lady to come to settle, to be like a mediator. I made sure it wasn't one of my friends because I don't want a situation where you say, oh, your friends took side with you, you lot planned it. I'd never met this woman before in all my life. In fact, she was his friend. They know what they do together, whatever. We've known each other for years. And she came over because in her perception, this guy was distraught. He cried on the phone to her. She's like, oh, Nigerian men don't cry. So she came. When she was there, watching both of us talk, watching him, I noticed she was watching him. She had her eyes fixed on him. I was observing her and she was observing him. Long story short, night finished, she left, we bade her farewell. Next day, I needed to hear from her, but I didn't have her contact. Remember, she wasn't my friend, she wasn't my person. So I had to dig the internet, find her name. I was like MI5. I was like, I need to find this woman. So I found her. I found her business name, I found her phone number, and I rang her. I said, hello, it's me from last night. She's like, oh yeah, how are you? I hope you guys are okay. I'm like, you guys are okay, you're having a laugh here. She's like, oh, so why are you calling then? I said, I just want to know something. I could see that you were watching him. What did you see? What did you notice? Because then I didn't know what I was dealing with, trust me. I thought I was the crazy person. Because when you're isolated and you don't get to talk to anyone about what you're going through, it's very easy for you to think you're the one that is mad. And I thought I was the mad person. You know what this lady told me? She said, I was watching him because I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I lived with it. All right? And to cut a long story short, she said to me, when I left your house, I was scared for my life. And I asked myself, why did I come to this house? She said, your house was so terrifying. She said, this guy will kill you. Oh my God. This is what I say about if you don't know, you don't know. And ignorance is not bliss. Now, there was I that lived there with whatever she saw for like 8 years. And she came and spent 30 minutes and saw what I never saw and had a name for it. I'm not even going to go through all of this. Go get my book if you want to know the full story. Silent Watches by Talk to Dot. This is what I'm saying. If you don't know, you don't know. Don't blame yourself. But what you need to do is to know. Because not knowing is not an excuse. You got to know, especially now when there's so much information out there. If you have access to it, grab hold of it. She told me a lot of things that I did not know. A lot of things that I had not put a name to. And she literally woke me. I woke up out of the matrix. That's when my search began to understand what I was dealing with. This woman put the fear of God in me. She was like, run. Like I said, I won't go too much into it. She was like, run. That was the first time in 8 years that I realized that I was in an abusive relationship. All this while, I had no idea. I just thought I was unhappy. We were working things out. God was passing us through a test, trials and tribulations. There's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Who the Lord loves, He chastises. Those things you use to encourage yourself. For the first time, and she was a Christian too, so that was good. For the first time, she told me what it was. Now, this wasn't the first time that someone had seen this person in his full self, in his element. But this was the first time that somebody saw it, recognized it, and called it out. And you know what's beautiful about what she did? She said, go and look up domestic violence. She said, better still, look up non-violent, non-physical elements, aspects of domestic violence. Because the mistake we make is, if it's not physical violence, oh yeah, maybe it's not that bad. No. Because of how she pointed me in direction, I began to dig, I began to get knowledge, I began to empower myself, and I was like, oh my, I began to be one eye open, because I was like, oh wow, this is something. So like I said, yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. Don't blame yourself. But when you know, what are you going to do with what you know? Yeah? Knowledge is power. Ignorance is not bliss. Peace.